Plaintiff Angel Farwell met the defendant 2 years ago, and they became friends. However, Angel believes the defendant preyed on her because she's a single woman who needed help purchasing a car, and she's suing him today for breach of contract and emotional distress. Defendant Jamel Mitchell admits that he and Angel never dated, but he claims they did have a sexual encounter. Jamel insists he did everything he could to get Angel a working vehicle, and therefore he denies owing her for anything.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
I met Mr. Mitchell about 2 years ago. He does music through mutual friends, and he was a stand-up guy, real nice, treated me with respect, and my views changed. I didn't view
Your
him the
views
same.
about him changed?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because of the whole ordeal, and
Because
I
of
just
this
feel
incident?
like, yes, sir. I feel like that he took advantage of me, that with me being single and I needed help finding a vehicle, that he just preyed on me.
You all dated?
No, sir.
Okay, when you say you were single, you were making reference. I know you was frowned up, but you're the one that made reference to your love life.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me hear from you, sir.
As Ms. Farwell stated, I've known her for about 2 years.
In what capacity?
We never actually dated, but we did have a encounter with one another.
Oh, that's interesting. She frowned up at me like I was saying something that was ridiculous.
No.
So now we find out you all had an encounter or an entanglement. Which
These days it's an entanglement. Yeah, these days it's an entanglement.
Did you have an entanglement with him?
No.
Okay. She says you're making it up.
I'm lying.
What did you all do for those 2 years, ma'am?
We were just mutual friends.
I know. What'd you do?
I would see him at shows, and that's about
What type of shows?
music. He's
Concert?
an artist. He's an artist.
Okay. And you just go to his shows?
Well, through mutual friends, I would, and I would see him there.
Okay. What are you suing him for?
Back in April, I gave Mr. Mitchell $500 in cash to go to the auction to purchase a vehicle for me. Mm-hmm. He found a vehicle, so I gave him a total of $2,500. Then he stated that he had to do work on the vehicle, and his mechanic apparently got sick, so I asked him if I could do my own inspection, and after that I kept getting the runaround, and then I was like, okay, I just want my money back. And I asked Mr. Mitchell to just refund me my $2,500. He did agree that he would give me my $2,500. I do have proof. And then Mr. Mitchell has given me $900 back.
So the total amount you paid for the car was $2,500?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How much did you want for emotional distress today?
$9.
How did he give you emotional distress?
Because I had to keep begging him to give me my money back, find rides to work. I mean, I would have, if I had the money.
How were you getting to work before?
My son.
Okay. What do you say to this, sir?
Well, first of all, Your Honor, if I'm gonna sit up here and tell the story, I'm gonna tell you everything.
Mm-hmm. Go right ahead. Make it juicy.
Nah, I'm gonna tell the truth. Like she said, I've always been cordial with her. I've always been nice to her. I've never tried to take advantage of her in any type of way whatsoever. Okay, she was there for me. Just to give you history, she was there for me when I found out I had stage 2 cancer.
What year was that?
September of 2019. I'm still going through chemo today. Now, a mutual friend of ours reached out because he said that, she needed help finding a vehicle. I kind of drew back once I was going through chemo and everything, and kind of fell back from everything because I had personal stuff I was going through. He reached out, said that, she needed help. I said, okay, I'll do some research, see what I can find. Reached out to her, find out what type of vehicle it was, found the vehicle for her, asked her if this is okay for you. She said yes. I told her that I would have to give them another $1,000 to put down on the vehicle, to hold the vehicle for me until I come back to pay the remaining balance on the vehicle, which she agreed to, and she gave me the remaining money to pay for the vehicle. I did that.
What was the total at that point?
$2,500.
All right.
The car had aftermarket parts on it, aftermarket exhaust system. It will not pass emissions or inspections with aftermarket parts on it. So I communicated all of this information to her and said I have to take the aftermarket parts off, put the factory parts on to get it to pass the inspection and emissions. If you want the aftermarket parts back on the car, I can put them on there. She agreed to that. I said, okay, fine. We had the emission inspections done. He's putting the aftermarket exhaust system back onto the car. He was supposed to. He had a stroke. He didn't get sick. He had a stroke. So as soon as I found out about the stroke, I communicated that with her as well and told her. And I also told her that I would have to try to get with his wife in order to get the keys because he had her vehicle as well as 2 other vehicles that I purchased from the auction. So I communicated that with her. She said, okay, well, let me know, because she said she dealt with somebody that had a stroke before, so she knows how it is. She knows the process, whatever. So I tried to communicate with my mechanic's wife. She wasn't comfortable with handing over any keys without speaking with him because she doesn't know the details of our business relationship. Mm-hmm. So she said once he tells her what to do, she would contact me and let me know. I explained this to her as well. I guess shortly thereafter, it was just like, I'm tired of waiting. I'm losing my patience with this situation. I explained to her, this is not something I set up. This wasn't anything that was purposely done. The man had a stroke. There's nothing I can do. I'm losing out on 2 vehicles. You have 1. I understand your need for your vehicle. I need my vehicles as well.
Where is her vehicle?
Her vehicle now is at my shop, at my place. I have her possession of her vehicle.
And why haven't you given it?
Because I started giving her money back, what she said she wanted. She didn't want the vehicle anymore. I'd rather have my money back.
Okay. And so when did she tell you that?
If I'm not mistaken, I don't have the text message, but
yeah, just guess
I guess around late May, early June.
June, you agreed to give her money back.
Yes, and I met her in person and given her $250 in cash.
He did give me $250 in cash when we met up, and then he gave me additional amounts that were transferred back into my account.
What did they total?
The total was $900 that he's given me.
Okay. And you all have a deadline?
No, there was no deadline. I explained to her, I had 3 family members die in a car crash. So that took precedence over anything else I had going on at the time. I had another cousin about 3 days after that was murdered. So I had a lot of stuff going on that drew me away from any business, and to be honest with you, whatever else was going on in my life at the time didn't really mean much. I explained to her, she texted me.
When was the last time you spoke to her about it?
The last time I spoke with her about it, it was on July 8th.
What was that discussion?
That discussion, I texted her on Monday and let her know that my finance company would give her, I explained to people that I work with the headache of the situation. I explained to them, I need to give her another $1,600. Can you please give her a check for $1,000 and the remaining $6 I will pay out of my pocket. I explained to her that I would have to have her come with me on her off day, which is Tuesdays, to come with me up there to sign for the checks. She said, okay. She texted me late at the last minute, I believe Monday night, and said that she wouldn't be able to make it on Tuesday. So I texted her and said, okay, well, send me a text or something saying that you agreed to me to pick the checks up for you and bring them to you. Her exact words to me were,
I have the evidence file for you.
Yes,
what page are you looking at?
Page 3.
Go ahead.
She said that I texted saying that I need permission to pick them up. You can just text me something saying that I can get them. She said, you said I would probably have to. You didn't say I had to. Then she said, I'm done with this BS. I'm not going back and forth. It's always something 1 minute. I'm waiting on checks to clear. It's just a bunch of BS. I'm just going to file suit against you. So my words to her were, do what you feel. I told you they had the checks. I asked you to go with me to get the checks. I'm done talking about it.
cursed her back too.
Yeah, I did.
She cursed you, you cursed her back. Man, what do you say to this? Is all this true? And did you just become impatient with him? What?
I didn't come impatient with him. I understood that he was going through a lot. And I even told him, I understand. But I mean, I need my money so that I can go get my vehicle. I mean, if I would have known all this, I would have never even gave him the money. I could have just went and got a vehicle.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm not, you know, I understand that he was going through a lot, and I even told him that. But I mean, he even told me in one text message, and I have proof, that he said that I would get a bulk amount in a week and a half. And I never did.
Yeah, and you still haven't gotten all your money, and you need your money for your own transportation.
Yes.
And you should have gotten it back immediately, not a little at a time. You have to pay her all at one time, sir. And I'm going to order that. $1,600 is your judgment. You all get back to your friendship. All right, have a good day.
Again, I'm sorry.
And I forgave you. I
understand. I just want this to be over with and we can continue to be where we were.